Hey everyone, welcome back to Funny Money. My name's Caleb Guilliams.
I'm Dominic Syracuse. I'm sorry, my mind is just so blown from all of the things that I've learned while working with Caleb. I'm still just trying to even process all of the amazing information.
I'm committed on this channel to bring you guys just amazing content, and one of the things I want to do is bring in one of my good friends, one of my broke friends, but not broke any longer, and it just help us create laughter, help us create no shame, like help us really have conversations about money. And you're just gonna see we're gonna have a lot of content being created on this channel. The last video that we did was we broke down the and asset. This is my book. Like, by the way,
the big deal. This is the big deal right here.
We've come up with a lot of content. We've probably shot how many videos today?
Oh my gosh, 8, 9?
Yeah, like a lot of content around compounding, around bad debt, good debt, around principles, like a lot of good stuff. And what we're finishing on is the and asset, because I believe all those principles feed into like why I believe of the and asset so powerful. And the and asset, go back and watch part 1 of this video, but essentially it's an overfunded special type of life insurance contract that when overfunded gives you the ability to save a lot more, have it grow, you'll be able to control it. It's just going to be a lot of good things happening. And what I want to do in this video is show you numbers of a real policy, just so you have context, because a lot of times people will say, well, the and asset is a terrible rate of return. And I agree. It's not the greatest rate of return. There's a lot of great better investments, but the and asset or life insurance is not an investment. So by you saying that, it means you don't fully have a good grasp on what's actually going on. And I want to show you, number 1, the real growth. It's not too shabby. But number 2, I want you to understand that this is a true and asset. So with that, stand up.
Let's dive in.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm first of all, I want to show you what's over here, because we're going to put my face over here.
Okay.
Essentially, we're just seeing a 30-year time period.
Okay.
Your current age, we're going to say, is 1 to 30, but this is actually a 35-year-old that we're giving an example to.
Great.
So if you want to put me over here.
Yep.
This is life insurance, and so we're putting premiums of $20,000. There's a lot of flexibility in this. This is just an example. This is just an example mathematically. This is not like let's not get into the strategies here. Does that make sense?
Right,
okay.
right.
So $20,000 goes in. This is your cash value. This is the money that you have access to borrow against.
Okay.
And then this is your death benefit that, as you can see, is continuing to grow. Okay?
Which is great.
Now, let's talk about the disadvantage to life insurance.
Okay.
Disadvantage to life insurance is if you compare this to a savings account,
yeah,
you can see that the savings account is ahead in the first couple of years.
Okay, so for about what?
So if you put $20,000, your bank account, you have $20,000. In your life insurance, you have $13,000 that you can access to.
Right.
So the first couple of years, you obviously have more money in your banking account.
Right.
The problem, though, with just your savings account is a long term, the growth rate, assuming that you're not spending any of your money, which you are, but long term, assuming that you just saved and didn't use any of your money, the low interest rate growth only gives you $600,000.
Wow, over 30 years?
Over 30 years. So
okay.
You put in 600, you have 600, because we're just in a savings account. We're just assuming 0% interest.
Right.
Okay. In your life insurance, you don't have as much money up front.
Right.
But after year 9, you have more money.
Year 9, you just inch ahead a little bit.
And then at the end of year 30, you have over $577,000 more in your account.
That's crazy.
And by the way,
almost double.
Yeah, and you're 100% right. And one of the things that we just look at is we just have to think longer than 30 years, or we're just using 30 years as an example.
Right.
So what I'm doing is it's saying that this life insurance gets a 4% rate of return.
Yes.
So what happens is if I copy this 4% and say, what if a savings account earned 4.05%?
Okay.
Okay. If there was a savings account that earned 4.05%, this would equal the same, which it does.
Okay.
So what that's essentially saying is this life insurance is earning like you're earning 4.05% every single year without a down year. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. I know you're not a money whiz.
Right.
But what bank account now gives you anything near?
I was
4%?
about to say that. Not like
No.
don't you get like something like 0.03%?
I think some of the best interest rates that you can get during this time of recording is around 1%.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Now again, if we were doing this video 20 years ago, these numbers would be a lot higher.
Okay.
There's nothing magical about what's happening here. It's just the insurance companies are invested in more long-term deals. They're really profitable, and so they can get you a little bit greater rate of return than the 1%. But a lot of people, when they look at this, they go, "This is not getting me excited. 4%. It's not not changing my life."
Right. I mean, it's getting me excited just because if I'm looking to save my money, I would much rather, over the course of 30 years, have $1.17 million than
But
600,000.
someone could say, "Well, Dom, you're only earning 4%. What if you invested in this and earned 7?"
Sure.
Okay. Then they could say, "Oh, this guy's ripping you off because you're making no money."
Okay.
Okay. So I just want to play devil's advocate
Got
here.
it. Okay, that's fair.
Okay. So what we're doing is so let's go back to just the 4%. So we know that this is a baseline. This is better than the savings account, but a lot of investments we could get a better rate of return.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The thing that I want to do is this growth, this 4%. We have to understand that this is a tax-free 4%, because life insurance under contract law is allows your money to grow and can be used tax-free. It's at 4% tax-free. So now you live in California.
I do.
So I could put 50%.
Yep.
But quite frankly, and this is another question that a lot of people have, is a lot of people get way too analytical because we're dealing with numbers. What do you think taxes are going to be 30 years from now?
Oh, gosh.
We have almost $27 trillion in debt.
Right.
Crazy amount of unfunded liabilities.
Right.
The amount of taxes almost have to go up. And so 35%, whether this is accurate or not, whether you're in the lower tax bracket or higher tax bracket, it could be closer to 50 or 60 or 70, because we don't know what's going to happen in the next 30 years.
Right.
But this is just saying, if your money was in a savings account, and let's just say you could earn 4%.
Okay.
What you have to understand is the savings account's not a tax-free account. You still have to pay you still have to pay tax on the interest that you would earn.
Right.
It's taxing the compound growth. So now you have to earn 6.24% every single year just to keep up with what's currently going on.
Wow.
Okay? So what savings account, what in checking account, what liquid account gets you anywhere near 6% every single year?
No.
And gives you access to your money.
Right. And you got to count every single thing as income.
Yes.
Once you get it.
The next thing is we have to start factoring in a management fee. And I'm just going to use 1%.
Okay.
It could be higher, it could be lower.
Okay.
But if you were working with someone and you were putting their money and they were going to give you a growth rate, you have to have some kind of percentage that your money, like you have to pay somebody for that.
Got it.
The insurance is already built in.
Right.
All the costs of what they pay people like me, what they pay people to grow your money is already built into the plan. And so this 1% is just really representing what you would have to do in an alternative account if you were investing your money with a financial advisor.
Gotcha.
Okay? So now you have to earn 7.3% every single year without a down year. Now, let's say you didn't do this. You invested your money, like your buddy said.
Right.
And now you need to buy some term insurance on the side because you want to be responsible.
Right.
So you buy extra term insurance. We're just saying, let's say $1,200. When you take an opportunity cost, this is money that's no longer able to grow for you. So that's money's down the drain. Now you have to earn almost 8% every single year without a down year just to keep up with the boring old life insurance. The point that I'm making here is life insurance doesn't give you an almost 8% rate of return in this scenario.
Right.
But alternatively, you have to earn that every single year just to keep up with the boring old growth rate of whole life insurance. Now, what's exciting is, do we get life insurance solely for the growth rate?
No.
There are so many other benefits, ladies and gentlemen, on like the ability to use capital.
Right.
The ability to protect yourself. The ability to show up powerfully in retirement. The ability to save more money. There's so many more benefits to why this is beneficial. What I'm saying is, this is not an investment. If I was comparing it to an investment, I would not choose life insurance over it, because I, as an entrepreneur, have so many crazy opportunities that I can reinvest. The point is, I can do this and other things.
Right. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but it's almost like this isn't an investment. This is your this is what you use to invest with.
Yes.
Right? So we're not looking at an investment.
Yeah.
We're looking at a way to fund investments.
Yes. And so when you understand efficiency, when you understand that this is not an or asset, everyone that bad mouths this, it's because our industry is awful, and they're saying, Dom, like, you should do this instead of this, and all this. And the problem is we're missing the point.
Yeah.
We're not focused on results, we're focused on products. And anytime you focus on products, you will lose. point is, the and asset is a paper asset that unlocks everything else in your life.
Right, and let me ask this too, because for me, being, so broke for so long, and also being really skeptical about, savings and money just in general, it seems to me that normally with great rates of return on investments, like let's say they're talking about the market, right? Okay, stock market gives you this, and you'll get that, and you'll get whatever, but I get scared about, okay, well, what if what we saw a few months ago happens, and everything goes to nothing?
It's interesting, man. For me, it's not even that, and that's a good point. There's my whole deal is, what's going to change your life? The market going up, or you investing in yourself and making $50,000 more money?
Exactly. Well, and also, tell me if I'm wrong about this.
Or paying off your debt.
Right. Tell me if I'm wrong about this. If I'm putting into a life insurance policy, if the market goes up or down, it doesn't matter to me, right?
Yes. I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you. I just want to play devil's advocate to the point that it's like, listen, this has nothing to do with does the market good or bad. This is everything to do with what is the best thing that you need to be doing? Investing in yourself.
Absolutely.
And this is just a better way to do that. If you think the market's the solution, you can do this and invest in the market. Right. If you think real estate's the solution, you can do this and real estate. If you need to pay off your bad debt, potentially, that's where I would work with someone on our team especially.
Right.
Figure out either pay off your bad debt directly, or because there's a drag first couple of years, it might just be better for you to knock off that bad debt and then fund an and asset.
Right.
The point is, this unlocks every other ability, every other financial decision in your life. And I'm telling you, if you can give $1 more than one job, you will win in the end.
See, this is what's super exciting to me about it, is that my whole philosophy in life, not even just about money, but just in life, is that a lot of times people like to make dividing lines. They like to be like, and that's why I get now, I was going to ask you why you call it the and asset.
I love this.
Because I used to, I never understood where the and come from, But I get it because so often people think it's either this or that. Yeah. It's black or white, you're on this side or you're on that side. And what you're saying is there's no or here. You can use this with every great idea you have. This is just a smarter way to fund it. Rather than you putting a bunch of money in savings, putting your personal savings down to zero for an investment.
Got it.
You could have a growing, you could have the savings account continuously grow.
Yep.
Gaining compound interest.
Yep.
And then instead of it going to zero when you need to pull it out, it's still growing.
Yep.
And then you're funding everything you need.
Yep.
Whatever
this is
you
what I'll
researched.
say is, get my book, go to BetterWealth. We have a ton of resources like BetterWealth.com. And I'm telling you, you're on this YouTube channel. I want to continue to pour into this channel, bring on other people, have testimony. I have a lot of crazy ideas of sharing examples of how people use this.
Right.
The point of the matter is this, there's so much opportunity. So much opportunity. Life is so short.
Right.
I want people to live intentionally. I'm not saying the and asset is the solution. I'm just saying when I learned this, I realized that there was a world that most people were not living in that they should at least be aware of.
Absolutely. And look, if you want to get smarter with money, you've got to not only check out Caleb's book and his website, check out all of his content on YouTube. If you want to get dumber, watch my channel. No, I'm just kidding.
If you want to have a fun time.
I do stand-up comedy and things like this on my channel. I also teach entrepreneurs how to be more effective and exciting and compelling for the camera. I'll link that as well. But here's my big takeaway that I just want to share with you. I want to share with everybody. The reason I love being on this show, I watch your YouTube channel and you have financial masters on this show. You've got people who know the ins and outs of the finance world, and that's amazing. They're amazing. You can get incredible value watching them. The reason I love being a part of this is because I represent a different demographic, which is people who I feel the majority of Americans are right now, which are people who are uneducated about finance. And I'm a living testimonial of how anybody, and I mean anybody, go back and watch the videos where I tell my stupid stories of the stupid things I've done with money. If you've made bad financial decisions, I'm saying anybody can learn this stuff. And because I've learned this stuff, it's completely transformed my life. And if it can transform my life, where I spend my life savings on sushi in the past before I knew Caleb, then this can work for anybody. And if you're already good with money, forget about it. This is like steroids, you know?
Yeah.
So
it's like the cheat code. You have the cheat codes to life.
I'm saying.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the love. And thank you. Series number 1 was awesome. It was epic.
This is so much fun.
We look forward to hearing your thoughts. And also, comment your thoughts, but also reach out to us.
Please.
Let us know what topics you want us to talk about. Because I promise you, give us a topic. He probably has a story on it. I probably have a principle. And with that, have a very intentional rest of your life.